see in a minute, I guess, right? Let's see if this works. Because what it's looking like is that it's not going to work, but we'll see. Right now, it doesn't show me that I have the chat for Twitch. So let's log out of that, I guess, and log back in. Let's see what happens. So, yeah, I did a lot of work on this. So world level 4, woot. I need to work on, and I probably won't do it now. I need to work on fighting the dragon. I'm not gonna do the dragon now, just because I know I still cannot get my PC to work with my with 7 Deadly Sins, which means that I'm gonna probably have to buy a new PC. What? Yay! Fun times. I hate you, Windows. Let's switch this to a Linux machine. And then let's see. I was supposed to log out of this, but now it won't log me out, which is fantastic. Thank you, StreamerBot. This is wonderful. Yeah, that is what it is, I guess. But it does that? That makes no sense. I don't even know how to reset this daggum thing. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. See if that gets it. All right, so where are we at? We're already running. No, it's not. No, it is not. What are you talking about? Yep, there you are, messing things up in task. I say close, you're supposed to close, not try to hide in my background processes, you jerk. All right. So I will definitely have Lion King songs running through my head because I have my daughter this week and we watched Lion King for the first time last night. And then she was talking about it today before I started doing the stream. And now I just can't wait to be king stuck in my head. I mean, there's worse fates. I like it. It's an amazing classic song. But yeah. Do I get in trouble if I sing that song? Is there a copyright thing? Does Disney have, well, I'm sure Disney has lawyers that come at you like that. But, I mean, come on. Like 10 people watch me. Ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Who am I really hurting? Who's really getting hurt over here? Unable to refresh your Twitch broadcast. Okay. Why? I don't understand that. I do not understand that part, bro. Something wrong with the Twitch chat. Won't let me do it. Not gonna be able to do it. So I guess, I don't know. We shall see. Sometimes StreamerBot does not like the Twitch. Oh, it logged me in this time. But it still won't let me have the chat. All right, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. Nothing I can do about it. Let's see. See what happens next. Bet. Nope. Got him. All right. Well, oh, nope, it's logged in now. It says that it has it, so we'll see. So what has happened? Happened? What's happened since the last time on Dragon Ball Z? Level 4 in the world, world level 4. I have been trying to, and will continue tonight once I put my daughter to sleep, farming the corrupted ancient dragon so I can get enough of the fire sacks, and be able to then create the gluttonous sword. Truth be told, now what I need to do, and maybe I should pull it up here. I don't know if I should pull it up here or go grab my tablet real quick, my other tablet, is the Mannie guide. So I've been working on, what's up, Key? Nothing much. Little bit weird hours going to be this week. Well, for the next couple of days while I have my daughter, but I'm in good spirits. I am in very good spirits. I am going to, I think, I have been working on Mannie a lot. I like her a lot, actually. I went ahead and made the sword. The update. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's go back. I saw something in the news, but this notification thing where they gave you like the dev notes to celebrate blah blah blah. Special gift has been sent for the appreciation, and they sent us a seal, which I've already claimed. I'm guessing it'll be in the announcements. What happens next, right? This thing, and I guess that should be fine. Developer notes. Let's see. KD Poo. First, thanks for your interest and support. Blah, blah. The previous update was prepared on a relatively smaller scale, short cycle, allowing us to respond for. However, we recognize that we were not able to provide sufficient stability and convenience during this process. Okay, that said, through blah, blah, blah. Since launch, we continue to make improvements focused first on issues that could be addressed quickly. Blah, blah, blah. Just give me the list of stuff, dog. Key improvements. Improvement to gathering convenience. With this update, we will be improving overall convenience of gathering and mining. In particular, continuous tracking feature has been one of the most consistently requested things. However, as the feature required structural improvements rather than a simple adjustment, it took longer than expected. We sincerely apologize. Continuous gathering would be cool, and being able to continuously track, that would be nice. Addition to the engraved equipment information. Feature will be added that allows players to preview basic information about the engraved equipment in advance. Okay. Main quest in Leonis region. Development team has closely analyzed player drop-off rates during the early tutorial stages. Yeah. And found that more Star Guardians than expected were experiencing difficulty progressing through the tutorial as intended. Yeah, because the tutorial shouldn't be 45,000 hours long. It's obnoxious. I'm telling people to just stick it out. I know the tutorial is going to take you 7 years. Just stick it out. To address this, we will be enhancing guidance in key sections to ensure smoother gameplay experience. In addition, monster difficulty in Leon's region will be adjusted to make it easy. Not even the easier thing, it's just so much. It's just so damn much. But I can get that part of it too. Enhance the purpose of repetitive combat. Observe that some Star Guardians are seeking additional cubes and are engaging in repeated combats against common monsters to further their progress. Yeah. To support this, we aim to provide clearer progress goals that will more directly support player growth. Okay, I could see that because I do have a notebook to take notes. And granted, part of that is content creator stuff. The other part of that is trying to keep up. I just had to write down notes, and it's probably outside, of which masteries and where to go to next. And I can see a lot of people not being willing to actually do that. Overview of the update, of the version update. We understand that many stars have already seen the teaser content for this update through our official social media channel. With that in mind, we are prepared to deliver a larger volume of content. A new region and main story update. I was wrong on that. I thought the new story stuff wouldn't come out for a couple months. They're already giving us new story and a new region where you can obtain new gathering materials and craft resources. We will continue to expand the main story on a regular basis. And I like that. I like. I just didn't expect it to be that soon. New content, Time Space Junction. Time Space Junction content previously introduced in our developers. If I had known it was going to be all, but this is long. I was thinking about doing a video on this, but this is me reading for the next. I kind of want to hit the high points. Continuous tracking, that's cool. Addition to engraved equipment, just so you can preview the information. Improvements to the main quest in Leona's region because of that insane tutorial. That's great. I love that. Enhancing the purpose of repetitive combat. I mean, that's in all games, but as soon as I said it wasn't grindy, it got so damn grindy. That's fair. And to be fair, the tutorial was a grind. Just not a grind in the way that was exciting. Should probably do it over here, honestly, on my computer screen. Doesn't matter. So more detailed information with a shared through special update stream scheduled for tomorrow. So should I wait for the stream tomorrow? Will it be in English? Should I wait for the stream tomorrow to do all this? The new region and main story update, that is cool. New content. Okay, so the time space junction is prepared as content that expands over time, with new sectors unlocking periodically in version 1.2. Two sectors will be available initially. So this is independent of the main story. New boss challenge and abyss difficulty expansion. I'm still trying to get to Nightmare, dog. With a new boss challenge expanded. In this new content, players will be able to obtain new armor, accessories, along with. How long has this game been out? Because they make it sound like they haven't been out for only a month. I love it. Don't get it twisted. I love it. But they make it sound like they haven't only been out for a month. In addition to crafting, recipes, equipment, and various things. Addition of engraved equipment, armor, crafting. Addition of engraved. Okay, so we have observed that many stars are progressing to the stage of crafting engraved equipment after completing the main story. Yeah. During this process, players obtain the equipment through repeated gameplay, blah, blah, blah. Based on the feedback, our development team recognized the need to reduce the burden caused by uncertainty of acquisition. That is true. Because I don't know. You have to double check and triple check and recheck everything about what you're doing to engrave. To address this, a new crafting feature will be added to the update. Yeah, and then all the scrolling. It is obnoxious. I was just talking about that earlier. Not here, but yeah. They're giving rewards without consuming keys. Where does it say that? So then what would the keys be for in the first place? If the keys aren't there if the keys, not complaining, again, not a complaint. So then if you have cube keys and you use the keys to get the rewards, are those only going to then be for like the field bosses and not the elite bosses, where you use the keys only for them and not for the field boss? You know what I'm saying? Is that what it is? Following the special edition live stream on the 21st. So I missed that part because I was trying to skim through. That would be the best damn news. Let me see. For example, we will be able to use boss material items such as Wardens, blah, 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 and set the Star Guardian and the Revive Nightmare. Players will be able to use material items obtained through repeated gameplay in dungeons and boss content to craft armor materials that can be obtained from those activities. Well, yeah. Obtained through repeated gameplay in dungeons. All right. I don't see where they say the no more keys required. Because then the next question is, okay, so then what are those keys for? And does that thing that the keys are for become therefore more expensive because we don't have another thing draining that resource? Okay. Yeah, I don't see where they say that they're not going to be, like the keys aren't going to be used anymore. Where am I at? Well, that sounds good. Let me go back. I'm going to go back and read through that independently again. But that sounds like some good stuff, though. I do like the fact that they're listening and paying attention. And I love the fact that tutorial is not going to basically continue to just discourage people and rip them apart. But yeah, a lot of that stuff sounded good. Really good. I like, and you know, like I think I've said before, remain cautiously optimistic. So if you're out of keys, they give rewards still. But then what's the purpose of the keys is my point. Because is it just you get less rewards if you don't have the keys? Or so that's what I'm saying. Because then if you get the rewards without the keys, there's no purpose in the keys. If you get the rewards after getting rid of the keys, then just never. Just mats. Okay. That would make sense. I need to see how that works. But I mean, it's one of those. If you're just using the keys for only a specific material, then that's where the bottleneck is, which sucks. But it's fair enough, I guess, is how I would put it. Because they have to have a drain somewhere in order for them to make money. It's in the notes. Hold up. Bu- 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 So wait, when does this update go live? Because 22, 222. It's like on a. It's like Oh, on the 22nd is when it happens. Okay. You know what? I will go over it later. That's cool. All right. So the 22nd. So that's this Wednesday. That would be cool. That would be cool. I am a fan of it. Let's see what happens. But I am a fan of what it sounds like so far. I like that. I am stunned. I mean, the tutorial thing, yeah, that could be immediate. I'm kind of stunned, and not in a bad way, but just I didn't expect them to be this responsive. See, you say Merlin, and then Escanor, however you say his name. Other people said Escanor. Have they specifically said anything? Is there like a teaser trailer where they say it? Because the whole thing from last week was, didn't even somebody say confirmed Escanor is going to be the next one? Didn't somebody say that last week? Right? Like, so again, why we don't listen to leaks. But yeah, I thought it was supposed to be that dude Escanor, whose name I'm sure I'm saying wrong, like 100%. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Whoever it is, I will be happy when they come. Oh, also, here's a question. So then her event ends on the 29th. Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's my point though. This is why, like, until like the developers announce, the speculation is fun. I love the speculation. Don't get that twisted. I love when people are like, "Oh, I think, I would guess, I hope." But when people are like, "No, they say this is gonna happen," my first thing is like, did it come from any kind of official source? And if it didn't, then I don't believe in it. We can have fun talking about it. Also, I was talking to the homie Stevie, and he also felt the same way about Seven Deadly Sins, like the actual series itself. I gotta rewatch that thing. I gotta rewatch it. We both felt the same way about it, and I guess that speaks to how similar we are in terms of like the animes we want to watch. I guess his go darker than mine, but still. No, but I heard some. Well, I will say this too. I heard someone did mention Merlin or Escanor, and it was like, are y'all wishful thinking, or did you hear it from somewhere? Anyway, but I have to rewatch it. There's two teasers out. What's up, Go Joe? Okay. But okay. Mm-hmm. I see you. I see you. Let's see. We're gonna see if there's actual. Let me go see if I can get a hold of these teasers real quick. That's nothing to search for very quickly. Yeah. See, it even brings up Escanor when I try to search it in YouTube. And then there's someone saying here, huge news, 20 hours ago. Galad boss teased Escanor in 2 days. So you say Merlin, they say Escanor. So breaking news. Actually, there's another person here. There's two people who are saying that it's Escanor 3. See what I mean? See what I mean? No doubt on you, no shade on you. You saw what you saw or whatever. But it's like it's a lot of people have conflicting reports. Let's put it that way. And so it's hard to believe. It's just more fun to guess and say like, oh, if so and so joins in, what do you think their powers would be? Stuff like that. But at this point, it's like, yeah, I don't know. But it's got literally put out a video 20 hours ago saying Escanor 2 days left. So how do they know that Escanor when the update ain't even? Yeah, that's my point. How do you know it's Merlin? How do they know it's Escanor? How do we know it's not some other rando? It's fun. Like it's fun to speculate. It's fun to speculate. But I'm not about to watch this dude's video. It's fun to speculate. It's a ton of fun. But I don't want to hear. I don't not want to hear. I'm not gonna be like anything's confirmed. Neither do I. Neither do I. Probably the same way you get yours. I don't know. I have no idea. Because truth be told, 9 times out of 10, when it comes to quote unquote leaks, it's just speculation. And then they can always say like, "Oh, well, I thought it was this," and then it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like that video can be out and it'll get its views for 2 days, and then it doesn't happen. And then what did they lose? They didn't lose. Well, they might lose like viewership, but I don't think the viewers care that much. It's all about who wants to be right first, or who wants to be right the fastest. But it is what it is. I don't know. All right, so right now, given the state of what happens with my thing, we're gonna avoid that the dragon battle because my phone will literally catch on fire. Yeah. Plus, to be fair to the person whose video I just saw, I didn't see where they said like. Well, let me double check before I say I'm being fair to anybody. They said confirmed new teaser. That's where they got theirs from. Galan Boss early gameplay, Escanor prep guide. That's what the thumbnail says. So their stuff is different than your thing. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much to me. When he comes out, I'll have fun and play with him then. Yay! I'll just do it that way. Knowing a couple days ahead of time doesn't really do it for me like that. But I understand that other people do. Have your fun, knock yourself out. It creates conversation around the game, more attention. So it is what it is. Oh, they even have them in like armor and stuff, from what I can see. This is just AI generated, but this one might be real. Anyway, I don't know. All right, let's go down. Oh, that would help. There we go. But I need to mute this. Mute the site. All right, so. Because that would help. What time are you? Wait. So you're basing it off of this video that is going to be Merlin. But you don't see anything you don't see a Merlin. Because that time could be in reference to anything. And doesn't Escanor have a ability where he manipulated time? I'm not sure. What's up, Flint? I'm not sure. I thought he had. Man, you know what? Let's do this real fast. Let's go up with you, over here with you. Let me see. Also, you have to remember this part about it too. The entire game is based on time and that hourglass. Sorry, guys, spoiler alert. And that hourglass that they were talking about before. So the trailer could not be referencing either character. Like Merlin doesn't have to be that next character. That could be the whole game is about a time like where it's just a time blip. Because that's where you have like the old characters coming in with the new characters and all that jazz. Yes, I was able to craft the full body armor. I got a lot of stuff done. So we got the full body armor for Jericho, for Elaine, for Meliodas, and also for Mannie. But I kept whose old I think I kept somebody's old costume. Yeah, we were just reading through the update now. But I think I'm gonna wait until because they're supposed to do a live stream tomorrow, and I'll do a video based off that live stream tomorrow. That I don't know. That's the thing. That's why I say I never trust leaks, because leaks can be assumptions until it actually happens. And any YouTube, I could say right now, no, no, everybody's wrong, everybody's wrong, everybody's wrong, everybody's not wrong. It's Merlin, it's Merlin, it's Merlin. But yeah, the hourglass could just be what the game is about. They could too. They could do that as well. I know that was something that we thought happened with Bleach, but then it turned out that the developers were being held back by the company that owns the IP. But like that's entirely possible too. Truth be told, if I were this, I mean that could be AI generated though. Truth be told, if it were me and I was in charge of like one of these companies, that's why I would never be the boss. I would never be the boss at any one of these companies. I would be messing with you guys all the time. I would just make up random stuff and be like, look, you know what? I know you guys don't like this, but we're gonna put Goku in the game. I would just lie all the time and then watch the YouTubers lose their mind. But please, I would have so much fun with you guys. I would put fake stuff there all the time. Now, do they do it? And I'm sure there's a reason why they can't do it for some reason or whatever. But if you defeat the dungeon bosses or the field bosses, there's a chance to get rewards without the. That's what I was wondering about too, Gojo, because we were talking about that. And I'm wondering how that's gonna work. That's why I don't want to really get into doing a video on it now because I need more details. I know, and here's the thing: I'm the boring one. If you're gonna watch my content, I'm boring because I'm always gonna ask for more information before I make conclusions. That's my training. Let's say it that way. It's my training. It was the same thing with that whole Bleach thing where it was the Chinese company is being hammered. The Chinese developers are being hammered by the Japanese owner of the IP, and I was like, "Is that true?" And then when I read it there, then I went off about how insane it was. But I wasn't gonna do that without more information. So like having speculative conversations about who you want to have in the game next, I'm more than willing to. Like I would rather have Merlin in the game than Escanor, 100%. But I'm not gonna say anything's confirmed or any of that stuff until I like know for real, for real. That all that being said, that's why I'm kind of hesitant on doing the whole video based on the developer's notes because I don't understand quite what they mean by chance to get rewards without the cube keys. So does it mean like the cube is just going to be there and when you click it there's a chance that it's not going to ask you for any cube keys? Then or is it like nope, if you defeat an elite boss, you get those rewards. If you defeat a field boss, you have to pay with it for cube keys. And if you do easy on the dungeon boss, no cube key required, but if you do difficult or a hell or a nightmare on a dungeon boss, then you do have to use a cube key. Like what is the thing? Because at a certain point, if they do like you don't have to use any cube keys, then you make them obsolete and we don't need them anymore. So then why even have them? You know what I mean? So I need to know further details on that. 100%. Okay, so and actually, you know what? One thing I need to do, which they said they were going to try to stop doing this with the tracking and the mastery stuff and all that. They were going to try to do, what is it, continuous tracking and everything. This would help because I have to go get I have one notebook here for this game. And I have another notebook that I sit next to me that isn't related to making guides and stuff just to keep myself organized about what's going to happen next. One second. That is weird. That is weird. Love you, sweet. I save it on the playlist, okay? Save. Oh no, you're on Roblox. Never mind. I'm sorry. Okay. Here we go. Because the next thing I needed to do was Mannie Sword Mastery 3. That's what I was supposed to be doing. Gonna play NTE. No. I have too many games right now. I already have too many games, especially on the stream. I have two, and then I have two that are not on stream that I play. So I'm already too deep into it. And Seven Deadly Sins is already taking up way too much of my life at the moment. So I just read develop notes. Tomorrow is the stream. Yeah, exactly. So we just went through the notes now, and then I'm gonna do the stream, see the stream tomorrow, then react to the stream, and then it's supposed to be released on the 22nd, the Wednesday, and then we play and see what the business is. But that's what I mean. Like they didn't give me enough details in the developer notes for me to actually be like excited or pessimistic. I'm not. It's neither. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I want more information. So that's what I'm looking at more than anything else. Now, hero details for Mannie. What's up, Stefan? How you doing? I'm gonna do the mastery for her. By the way, whoever gave me that tip, one of you guys did about focus on the masteries, and that's how you will get to level them up. You were right. That's how I got to 40K on my team pretty quick. Let's do. We will go hit this lady up real fast in the face. All right, monster drop. And you deserve it, baby. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. Let's see. Warp. So wait, where is everybody else? Because I remember someone saying that they were already at 60K with their team and they're just not really playing anymore. Has that happened to anybody else where they've gotten to the quote unquote end game and they're just putting it down? After a very short time, to be quite frank. Okay, so. Nope. Oh, why did I even pull you out? We just do you now. You now. You now. You now. Douche. Douche. So. All right. So. Why did I move you out? Why did I move you out? There we go. Also, I need to finish the dual blades on Meliodas. Oh, wait. I did not want to do that. I did not want to do that. I will go to the next one. Well, I have another bundle, so that's fine. Because right now I'm trying to save all of my keys to go at the dragon so that I'll be able to do the gluttonous sword by tomorrow, if not tonight. That's what I was trying to save it all for. Actually, let me scratch that. Not that thing, but the other thing about not being excited. I am excited to know about the new content because they're opening up another region. They're adding something called a time junction or something like that. And I am interested to know about those two things. That would intrigue me a lot. Let's see. We will do this last one, and then I'll have to go back to like not using the keys. That was my dumb fault. My dumb fault. My dumb fault. This dude, right? Yeah, we'll go to him. And there. Okay, so oops, sorry. Next, 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 next. A. All right, buddy, chill out. Jesus. Take these hands. That was obnoxious as hell. He is so he has never been this obnoxious before. He usually falls before this. Oh, you're being annoying. It's not even damage. It's just obnoxious. Okay, now. Last one, and then we have to save the rest of those keys for the dragon. And I will be curious. I really want to know that drop rate thing. Let's go next. What mission is the daily thing? And I need to change this at some point too. Okay. And I still forgot. Actually, I can do that now and try to get that over with now. Let's do the hero info. Then I need to get my tablet again. Or I could do it here. It doesn't need to be my tablet. So I basically am creating a guide for the characters in Seven Deadly Sins for each weapon and what characters run best with them. Because I found myself sitting around doing all this stuff and then structuring it. And then on the train to Cordia, 2 days ago, I ended up like redoing all of it so I could eat, so it's easily digestible, just so I would be able to do it for the guides that I put out. And the next, it's like right now, it's just I will do Mannie. Elaine will be another day. I think I have enough with Mannie. I'm just gonna have to take the world level down to like level 20, or not level 20, level 2, because I'm not gonna use all of her weapons. I will eventually give her, and that's what's going to happen with a lot of this stuff. A lot of this is going to be hand me down. So the second I get to Meliodas having the gluttonous sword, then I think I'm going to take his longsword, his SSR longsword, and put it on Mannie. And then Mannie can be a DPS alongside Jericho if I want to not have to run Meliodas. But that would be the plan, is to do that, to just to do a trickle down effect basically. And then the next one would be the staff for Elaine, which would come from Mannie, because Mannie has a level 40 SR sword or staff right now. I will give her the SSR staff that I'm gonna form soon. I can't do it this week only because I formed the SR sword this week, and so I have to wait until I get an SR sword, which will be in like 2-3 days, to form the SSR one, and then we're good to move it on to Mannie. He came back. Oh, bro, I don't feel like beating you right now because I'm not gonna use my cube keys on you. Well, the second they say that we can do this without cube keys, it's gonna be fantastic. All right, so Mannie. Well, first we can do his Can we? Wait, it wasn't him? Who was it for? Oh, yeah, it was for this one. And I needed to. See, I only need 2 and then 3, and then that'll be done for her. And then I'm doing her guide. And her guide is going to be dual swords with her running as. And hers is going to be staff with her running as support and a buffer. And then it will have her dual swords where she's running as another support, but mostly for Jericho. And then her last is a longsword where she's running as the main DPS. Still running, like basically she has to, but she's gonna be very good running with Jericho. But those other 2 things, she's really just support. One is like more cold support, but still. So what this weapon is all about. Okay. All right. And so, let's do this. Let's go ahead and just do that uncommon resolution fragment. We can salvage that from something, I believe. So I'm going to finish that mastery, salvage it, and then I'll just have to use my keys as well. I'm not really tripping off of it. I'll just get some more later. I already had like, 6 bags of the large keys, which got me to this point in the first place. Wait, the fragments for the... I thought the sword fragments gave you... Wait, you're right. You're right. I was thinking of the armor. Not the... Not the... Hey, I can speak words, not the weapons. You're right about that, because I have done that before where I was using the armor, salvaging the armor to get those things. And it is, since I'm doing the... hey, I'm going to speak these words, I swear. I keep doing... We'll salvage the sword. Salvage a sword or 2. I swear I'm going to speak English words one of these days real good like. But at the moment, I guess I'm not distracted. I'm just kind of stuck. Okay, so that is going to give me just the regular... Oh, that's the fight quality. And I need resolution, correct? And this is that part of the game where... Hey, I hope they figure this part out. But when I'm over here doing the masteries and whatnot, and you say I can get it through salvaging, cool. Can I go directly from here to, not necessarily salvage, but earmark it so I know what I'm looking for? So this is uncommon resolution fragment. Bet. All right, so... Uncommon resolution fragment. Go to the weapon. I'm guessing this one. Ooh. I don't want to do that at all. What kind of weapon? Is this the what? Sword? It's not the great sword, right? That's the great sword over here. It's locked. I know it's locked. Unlock it. I have a lot of those shields I don't need right now, to be honest with you. Because I opened up 5 SR weapon chests. And yeah, so now I have like 3 sword shields and then an SSR sword shield that I made yesterday. Do not need that at all. Swords, dual swords, and long swords. So we can, wait, dual swords do that? Geo, but that's low quality, not uncommon. That's the thing. So it has to be epic in order for me, not epic, but it has to be SR in order for it to be worth it. Not a rare. And I need to save each one of those. This is the only one that I could kind of spare that I'm not going to be working with. And I feel as though I would rather do it to the actual gems themselves because I have more of these than those weapons. Fighting spirit, nope. That is true. That is true. I can work top, down, then back up to the middle. That yeah, I could work top, down, then back up to the middle. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. All right, so let's go it that way. Let's do that. Appreciate it. Let's do it that way. Oh, but there's only like 2 or 3 or 4, and you get a chance. Well, let's see. Let's first-hand knowledge. Is this worth the juice worth the squeeze in this situation? Don't care if I do that. Not that many of them. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, what's going on, bro? Let's see that one. Keep a couple of them because they kind of look cool, but okay. And then see if we can. I don't even need that many, honestly. But we're gonna do clear up a little bit more than that. That. There's no method to this madness. All right. Sure. Okay. We'll see. Oh, and I did actually get some of the uncommon ones too. Yay. All right, so let's go back to his masteries. Or her masteries, I should say. We will complete that circle. So attack, bet, and already not enough. How many more do I need? I need 8 more. I don't want to use my seals on them. I would use my seals on the like premium ones, but on the uncommon and the low quality, I don't want to. I'd rather salvage the premium ones than buy the uncommon ones, if that makes sense. No, quite literally, I only need 8 of those things right now, so I can craft the rest. Yeah, uncommon rose. So all of that, I need 9 per, bruh. And what was I looking to get? 8? Yeah, I'll just salvage the premium ones at this point then. Yeah, the premiums are 1 per week. That's true. That is true. And also you can get them. Oh, see, I need 8. Exactly that many. And I think they're a little bit more valuable because they can break down, break down, break down. I'm way out of the screen, but you can break them down, break them down, break them down like that. But then I realized, or I figured out when I finished the Britannia event and they gave you a bunch of those seals, that's where I went to get all and I mean, you can only do it 1 per account. But I went and got all those SR weapons. And then now I'm just sitting back and stacking them. And then when I have a situation where I can't do this and I really, really need it, then I'll go do it. But in the meantime, I'm going to save with the idea maybe something else gets introduced into those shops. Like I need these now, but I don't want to blow all of the seals that I have in all the different cities on it. Not at the moment. Now we go back to the masteries. Bet. Bet. And now we should be good to go. Let's go, Mannie. And then I think we already have it there as well. Okay, so now with Mannie, how did I do it last time with Jericho? I already had teams lined up to go with Mannie, right? Or with Jericho when I did Jericho. For each weapon, The staff, she is boosting everybody. Anything you want. Sally just researched more. It does not. It does indeed look like it's gonna be Escanor. I hope I'm wrong, but it's okay. It's okay. Put it this way: they're gonna put Merlin in there eventually. It's gonna happen eventually. Everyone seems to think the consensus is Escanor, so it is what it is. Nah, they're not gonna release two at one time. That's not gonna happen. Because again, the universe isn't that expansive and that big with that many characters that are worth doing. So they're not gonna blow two in one like go around. It'll probably be Escanor, and then the next one after that, maybe not a leak. I have no idea. Would be Merlin. Like that's probably how it's just gonna go. But it ain't the worst thing in the world. Okay, so for this with the staff, she's basically setting everybody else up. And the staff is the one I know the best. She does a circle that increases like crit chances and crit damage. Fantastic. I pull her in, I put her out, then she puts that punishment on people. Galabos is coming next. You mean after Escanor? I thought that he was supposed to be a boss. But it is what it is. Like one of the dungeon bosses, or what is it? Boss challenges. I thought that's where he was going to come in next. Okay, so oh no, fudge. But also, what I thought, like to that point, that Galad and Escon are coming out at the same time because he's supposed to be a dungeon boss, and then Escalade is supposed to be a character that you play with. One sec. No big deal. Typos are allowed. I had to switch up my cables because my PC was not charging. So now that I've switched them up, we can go back to this, then we can go back to this, and voila. Bum ba bum. Abyss difficulty will be expanded to. Like the difficulty stuff, I know for other people who have already like been to it, but the Abyss difficulty, I even said when I was reading it to Key, I was like, I'm still on like night. I haven't done Nightmare yet. No, I've done Nightmare. I haven't attempted Hell yet. I'm like, we gonna pull that back. We're not gonna do that just yet. Not at all. This already got me scared. All right, so she does that. So then basically with the staff, Manny's good with everybody. When she's running the dual swords, she's putting out a lot of those debuffs, which again, as it's weakening, it makes her good with Manny. Oh, but also doesn't she? It's Manny and Elaine when they run together. They do that battery thing where they are feeding off of each other. Yeah, the perma buff battery. Manny and Elaine. And Manny has the staff in that scenario. Okay. But then Elaine needs to have the what now? Does Elaine need to have the staff as well? Because I want to try to do that and see if that works. And if we come back over here with Elaine, I do not have a staff, and that was the whole purpose of it. I remember now. That was the whole purpose of me forming that staff and then putting the level 40 SR staff on Elaine because she's going to be mostly running with the Grimoire with me. And then putting the SSR staff on... No, the Gluttonous is going to be tomorrow. Either later today or tomorrow. I have to hit the corrupted ancient dragon a few more times, and then I'll be able to do it. That won't be a problem. This is more for the guides and stuff that I'm about to do Manny's guide. So this is all of the weapons and the staff buff. That's the one that's going to be awesome. Yeah, all of this is also with the resources I need to do the gluttonous sword already like saved. It's already put to the back burner right now, so that's not an issue. So basically, powerful that costs higher energy. Elaine is arguably the best wind element battery. So with her staff, generate high volume of elemental particles. When Elaine is off the field, she will absorb a portion of these. The result, you'd have to wait 15 to 20 seconds to get Manny's ultimate flash explosion back online. With Elaine's rapid particle generation, Manny's ultimate is often ready before the debuff from the previous one is even worn out. Okay. So I would like to have her in the staff, but I guess that might be more of an Elaine-based thing, so I could focus on that for Elaine's use of the staff, and then focus back on Manny's just staff overall being fantastic. We can do that. And then with her dual swords, fast-paced sub DPS. So she's taking the role of what Jericho is on my current team now. And then her attacks lower the... See, this is what I was doing before with Jericho. Because Jericho was then going to be the burst damage. And then Jericho right now has the rapier only at level 1. Don't worry about gluttonous right now. I don't have it yet. I'm not going to level that up right now. It's gonna be if I even craft it, it'll be today or tomorrow. But then the other guys are gonna be good. But you can let me know later. I appreciate it. But what do you mean by which stats are good for gluttonous? That's the part I don't get. You mean what characters? Because in terms of stats, you have the mastery, you level it up. And then I do the enchantment on it. And whatever comes through, comes through. Because I was planning on putting a physical spell bead on it. And that's why I'm saving. I have a physical spell bead like chest, or a spell bead chest, sitting over here on the side, just waiting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have one of these over here just chilling, waiting. And then I'll form the other ones later. But yeah, but you can go ahead and say it. You can go ahead and drop it in the chat. I'll save it for later. Let's see. So I don't have King. Provides the sustain for the melee. That's fine. And now for her longsword, this is the one where she becomes the main DPS. And then Jericho is the support. Elaine is the debuffer. Okay. And this is how I was using her. Oh, use the darkness bead instead of the... Okay. No, that's right, because he is darkness, whatchamacallit. Although, I'm wondering... No. I put a physical for a reason. I was wondering if I should put the darkness bead on the SSR blade he has now, but I remembered that I was like, no, put the physical one on there because you're removing it from him soon anyway. So it doesn't matter. And then you can decide from there, which might still have been a mistake because I think I'm going to go with the cold bead on it and then put it on Mannie. I think that's going to be my path. Anyway, regardless. Now it does say... Ooh, I could run Jericho with Lance and then Mannie. Let's check Jericho's Lance ability real quick, where she does provide a barrier and then there's more cold damage. I think that's what I was doing with... No, that's what I did with Mannie in Jericho's video. Funnily enough. Or not funnily enough, but like repetitively enough. Elaine's staff. I still don't have a staff, but I can switch over for that part of the video. I can switch over Elaine's staff to The link. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Two. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do that. We will do that. I feel like I need to make a coffee, and then we can come back and we can do Manny's guide. But yeah, like I said, I think Manny's my favorite character. I believe she is. All right, so I'm making a coffee real quick, and then I will come back, and we will do Manny's guide very quickly. And very quickly, I don't know how quickly it's gonna be, but yeah, we'll do Manny's guide. All three weapons, and then for Elaine, I think I need to wait until I craft that staff, and like the long sword will be tomorrow, and then the gluttonous long sword will be tomorrow, and then the staff will be a day or two after that. All right, so I am going to go make this coffee real quick because I am tired. Like my eyes are droopy. And then I'll be right back. Okay, 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 okay. Here we go. Now we'll transition that back over. We'll do this. Transition that. Go into the weapon. We do have the great sword. I might switch the great sword out just so that it like I have it here, but I might switch that out. I might switch all of these out because, excuse me, when I'm running her like this, Meliodas is not going to be in the lineup. So I could take the swords and the duals. I could take the dual swords and the longsword from Meliodas and put them on her, and that's fine. With let's see, basic info for him. I'm trying to find nope. That's not it. Haha. I have not looked at these two characters in a very long time. Wind base? No. I was trying to find another, if anybody knows of any SRs that are also cold base, but I don't think there are any other ones. Right? He is not. And that would be the last dude. I don't think he is either. Photo communication. Not quite. Sounds like he's more ground than anything. So I will take the weapons off of Meliodas, put them on her for this video, and then Mannie will run with Manny's gonna run with, it feels like all she runs with is like Jericho and Elaine. That's the sad part. Mannie runs with anybody when it comes to the staff. Like she's universal. But the problem that she has with hey Fanculo. The problem that she has with the other two weapons is that her best running mate is gonna be Jericho because she reduces like their resistance to cold damage. It's a two-way street actually. So like it's basically if I'm making the Jericho guide, I might as well be making the Mannie guide all over again. It's the same thing. All right. So where's the controller? There we go. Do. And what I can do is run, I guess, Gila. That's just a difference. And I was trying to run Gila with, I could run with Daisy, I guess. I'm guessing here, but it's kind of a shallow selection pool. All right, let's make this team then, I guess. This one I keep. This one can be moderately destroyed. Fire dungeon, we're working on that. And then fire itself, we will switch, well, Elaine, because she is the best, I guess, protector in the game is the word we want to use. We put in Mannie here. I think I'm going to run Daisy. If she is doing the support role, I'll run Daisy just so things are different. Although with Daisy, I can't because she's not running. She's not DPS when she has sword and shield, and that is what I have her in right now. I could run her with her brother. See how that goes, and then finally, did it delete the? Yep, and then finally, who else? She is a support in this squad. And just running Jericho and Meliodas is just too easy. Albeit, I don't run Meliodas with the dual blades very often. I could do that. That's more fun, I guess. That could be more fun. Let's see how it goes. That's fine. I'll do that just so it can be like the real world experience, world level 4. That's fine. Not exactly a lot of exciting differences, but it is what it is. No, I'm not, and that's the other part of it too. Right now, I'm not willing to put more resources into anything else. I need to save my resources. Okay, so Let's go to her hero details. Okay. And so start recording. All right. So coming in 3, 2. Part 1 of 3 guides for Mannie. We're going to use right now her most universal / this is probably the only weapon you're really going to ever need if you're running her weapon. It's the first one. It's the best one in my view. Let's get to the video. All right. So check. Coming in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravity here, and this is a 7 Deadly Sins origin video. In this video, we're gonna go over Mannie with the staff. Now, part 1, Mannie with the staff. Then part 2 is going to be, and I should definitely be using this. Part 2 is going to be dual blades, and then part 3 is going to be her with the longsword. I do have these weapons here for use when going into different worlds when I'm having fun, but what is going to happen is in those other guides, I am going to sub in SSR dual blades for her there, and I'm going to sub in SSR longsword for her there that I have on, these are on Jericho right now, and these are on Meliodas. I'm going to make her an SSR staff day after tomorrow. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have the Gluttonous Sword for Meliodas. Then I'm going to make the SSR staff for Mannie, because in this role, what she is basically a universal support, buffer, buffs damage. It basically all around, she is like, this is what you want for your characters to support any kind of damage that you want to do. So let's go ahead and let's go to the basic info first and learn a little bit about her. First things first, hero profile. Wait, what? Why'd you disappear? Priestess Mannie of the Dracos. She looks different from the other Dracos, but it gives her a look of virtuousness. That gave no details whatsoever. I guess what they're basically saying is play the game. That's where the plot is, because there's like no information. Blood type B feels weird because she has a dragon tail. I'm blood type B. Oh, we got stuff in common. I ain't got no dragon tail. Anyway. So, going into her kit, I think I can go into it from here, right? Yep. Okay, so there we go. Dragon Priestess increases ultimate move damage by 30% when an allied hero attacks an enemy affected by punishment, which you put on the enemy after the fact, or like later on in a different skill. Landing a normal attack additionally restores the magic gauge by 15. Increases all allied hero combined attack damage by 30% for 30 seconds when the hero uses the ultimate move. That part I didn't realize. Increases all allied hero combined attack damage by 30% for 10 seconds when the hero uses their ultimate move. That's nice. All right, next. Priestess Slate. Inflicts damage equal to 83% of attack first, 11, 13, 21, 38. That's pretty standard, pretty basic stuff. All right, next. Priestess Blessing. Grants allies in range Draco Priestess for 15 seconds. Draco Priestess increases crit damage by 30% and magic charge efficiency by 25%. So the team you're going to see me run in with, and I'm probably going to choose like an easier enemy to go at just to show you how it works. But basically what I'll end up doing is if you have a lane goes in first. We put the shield on everybody. Next, we do Priestess Blessing. And then I think it's Holy Judgment after that. We do Priestess Blessing. There's a circle that goes around the enemy. And then I pull in, well, for me, and in this team comp, I'm going to show you Jericho to hammer back and forth, do as much damage as possible. And then I go back and forth between Jericho and Meliodas, doing as much damage while that actual Draco Priestess like area is up. Would I like it for it to be more than 15 seconds? 100%. But what you gonna do? And really what I do with the red demon is, and maybe you've seen this in previous videos, I will literally have Elaine walk up to the statue, summon the red demon, put on the shield, put out Mannie, do the circle. So by the time the red demon is about to do anything, he's just standing there in the circle, and we can wild out on him. All right, next, the normal skill. Holy Judgment inflicts damage equal to 168% of attack. Inflicts punishment, that's the thing. Inflicts punishment for 15 seconds. Results in a critical hit when attacking enemies affected by punishment. So, or affected by, oh yeah, they're affected by it. So, drop in, Priest's Blessing. He's settled down. He's on the ground. Holy Judgment. Wipe him out. That's basically the plan. And just for a reminder, punishment inflicts holy damage equal to 3% of damage dealt every 0.4 seconds. All right, on to the next one. And this makes me wonder, actually, now think about it. If I had, and I think I'll do it for the dual blades and a longsword. I was thinking about putting the cold bead on them for the enchantment, because she does a lot with cold damage, reducing the resistance to cold attacks, etc. So that seems to make more sense to put the cold bead on those weapons. For this, I mean, it does say holy attack here, and there's no other attack that is cold based. So maybe put the holy bead on her. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's not a bad idea. Anyway, yeah, I think I said Holy Light already, right? We'll see. No, Holy Light inflicts damage equal to 87% of attack. This doesn't specify if it's a holy attack, but it is what it is. And then down to the ultimate. Flash Explosion. Reset normal skills cooldown of all allied heroes. That I did not quite read carefully enough the first time. I'm going to be real. That kind of kicked me in the stomach with a reset all normal skill cooldowns of all allied heroes. I like that. Let them go in, wild out, then hit Flash Explosion and reset their normal abilities. I like that. The first strike inflicts damage equal to 93% of attack and inflicts Star Trace for 30 seconds. Inflicts damage equal to 20% of attack on enemies hit every 1 second for 5 seconds. Sure, we like that. Decreases all elemental resistance by 20%. And this is the other part that makes her universal. So when she's doing her ultimate attack, hitting them with Star Trace, when she's putting out the Priestess Blessing, when she's putting punishment on them, all of this stuff is free of restrictions based on elements. You don't have to have cold like her other two abilities do. You have to have cold to take full advantage of it. With these abilities, with these abilities for the staff, it's really like whatever damage you want to do, it's fine. Slot her in and it's cool. So I did have a defensive comp that I was trying to make that has Daisy, Diane, and Elaine. I could put Mannie in there with the staff, and as they're doing their thing, she can just pop in, put out the Priest's Blessing, do the Holy Judgment, do the Flash Explosion, and she's still supporting those teams because these aren't specific to any certain element. So that is what makes her awesome. I think she might. Well, I said that about Jericho too. Jericho and Mannie are probably my two favorite characters in this game right now. Meliodas is a beast. I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying just personal favorites. Part of it is because they work so well together. Anyway, let's go ahead and go into a battle. I'm trying really not to waste keys right now because I am going at the. Wait, why is that so low? Why is my team power so low? What happened here? What happened? Oh, no, it's good. Okay. It's like something changed. Because basically I am trying to save for when the update comes up in like 2 days from the date of this recording to see what's going to happen with those cube keys. But in the meantime, I'm attacking the corrupted ancient dragon because I'm trying to get that gluttonous sword. So, is what it is. All right, we're going to go to the map. We're going to leave it at world level 4. However, for the other two videos, and that might be why I keep those weapons the way they are. Maybe I don't change them to SSR. I may change it to world level 2 or 3 to be more representative of the strength of the weapons. So I don't stomp out world level 1, but I don't get stomped out by world level 4. But here, we're doing world level 4. Next is I could go at Giant Bird. I don't like going at these because I'm not using my cube keys, but that's fine. Let's go at Giant Bird. That's okay. He's going to beat us really bad, but that's fine. All right, we warp over there. Sorry, I'm humming Just Can't Wait to Be King because I just made my daughter watch Lion King for the first time, and now that song is stuck in my head for real. Like, for real. All right, here we go. There it is. Hey, hey, hey. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Now, in this scenario, I could still... Stop it, stop it. Hey, we got to fix this climbing thing. We got to fix this climbing thing. I was not trying to climb, and she is also a terrible climber. All right, so let's go over here to the side. We'll just try to make this work. Thank you. We cannot climb anymore. Awesome. Okay, so, haha, sneak attack. Shout out Kim's Convenience. You sneak attack. All right, so there's that. We come up from behind. We're going to put out the field. We're going to do punishment right here. Then I bring in my DPS. And you see how hard that hit was from the very beginning. Now we do the ultimate attack. If you want 29,000 there again, I'm going to bring in Jericho to go ahead and build that burst gauge up. If you want, and this is like my anybody's watch, this is my very basic. This is the team I think everybody runs. I could have been more creative and like maybe put dual blades on Meliodas if I wanted, but this is the very boring. Now her thing is gone. We add this back. We add that again. We plop them back in, and we just let them continue to while out on this bird. Like this is the shortest of short fights. This is the shortest of short fights. I'm not going after this package right now because I'm saving these cube keys for the dragon. So that was just the order again. Elaine goes in with the shield. If you have Elaine or not, that's fine. Then Mannie goes in as the Draco's priestess. And then what? Holy Judgment, I think is the name of the other one. The ones that going to lay down some punishment. It's only going to last for 15 seconds. I bring in my sub DPS. I bring in my DPS. Sometimes I do bring in Meliodas first just to get that ultimate off, because then I know by the time I bring in Jericho for longer fights, when I'm fighting like the red demon or the gray demon, and I know the fight's going to be longer, I'll bring him in once punishment is established with Mannie. Just let me move out the way because I know this thing is about to regenerate and then peck me in the back of the head. I do bring in, and I'm low on health as well. Let's heal up over here real fast. I want to get that quick, like for my own self-confidence, that quick, like jolt to the health bar as fast as possible. So sometimes I will do that. However, in scenarios like this, it's not the worst thing in the world for me to just go ahead, pull in Jericho, get those good hits done on that boss. And then, there you are, healer. Get those good hits on that boss. And then come in with Meliodas to finish it off, because their health bar isn't that large anyway. It just makes it faster. All right, so while we heal up here real fast, I will go to one more battle and call that a video. One more quick battle. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I was going to try to go to the burr. Where's the burr? Oh, the burr is way over there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm speaking in this way. It is ridiculous. All right, here we go. Absolutely ridiculous. So be on the lookout for part 2, dual blades, part 3, long sword. We're going to go ahead, up. And this time I'm not even bringing in a lane. We're just going to start straight up with Mannie. Put out the circle, put this out. Oh, Mannie, what are you doing? Don't lay down. And then do this. Meliodas first. Oh, we missed. Did we miss? We missed. And then once the circle disappears, I'm going to pull her back out again immediately. Yep. Back out again. Let's get that circle right back up and then go back to attacking. You know what? I've told you forever I don't want that update. I've told you forever I don't want the update. You just don't want to listen. You are stubborn. Absolutely stubborn. As soon as that circle disappears, which I think it already has. Nope, there it was. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Hurt them. Hurt them. That's what's up. And you can bring her in for a little bit of damage, but please believe this is not damage is not the thing that she's trying to do here. Ooh, Elaine decided she wants to get in on the party. All right, Elaine, I see you. Actually, I kind of want to do this real quick. Let's go ahead and lay this down. Thanks for laying down the ultimate. We'll put you back in. Thank you, Meliodas. We appreciate you. Thank you, Meliodas. We appreciate you. Let's go ahead and do this. Boom. That's fine. Get back in there. Finish them off. Let's go. All right, cool. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. All right, tried to make that a little bit longer by doing 2 battles, but it is what it is. All right, so next, actually I heard a noise outside of my room. Let me go check on my daughter very quickly. Mia, everything okay? I heard a noise. Did something fall or whatever? Cool, 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 cool. All right, so next we will go to, and I hate this area because all these stupid bears with their arrows just won't let me warp out. Every time I try to warp out, I get hit by another fucking arrow. Dot, you. You think I need this? You think I need this right now? You think I need this right now? Die. And then there goes another bear with his dadgum arrows. You're obnoxious. And I'm going to kill you for fun, bro. I'm going to kill you for fun. All of you can die for fun. Yeah. Lay him down, Mannie. There we go. And then Meliodas, finish these boys off. Thank you. On your heads. On your heads. All I wanted to do was warp out. Nobody was paying attention to y'all. All right, here we go. Am I going to get another arrow in the side? It would help if I knew how to use a controller. All right. Next up is, and this is the thing where it gets kind of like redundant. All right, here we go. Let's see what this says. And actually, let me get the sound up on this thing real fast, too. I meant to do that. I am the one. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty official. When was this teaser released, though? By Amazing Luke. And why is it on his website and not on... You couldn't get it from the official 7 Deadly Sins site? They don't have it up? Curiouser and curiouser. God, you suck. Oh, you suck. All right, here we go. All right. Is that better or worse? All right, there we go. So, okay. Well, looks like he's officially coming. But, cool. For now, we do know for sure now. 3 hours ago. All right. Cool. Okay. So then you have that to look forward to. So next up, we're going to do... Oh, wait, did I warp there already, right? Yeah. So let's do Mannie with the... dual blades. If I'm running her dual blades, I will run her as a... Deals extra damage. Chilled. Um. So I could put Jericho's dual blades on her. Excuse me. Jericho's dual blades on her. And then put in Jericho as the burst DPS damage dealer. Switch them up. And so then I would use the rapier, that thing. Instead of it being on you, we switch that up. Yep. And then can I enhance this without it being too expensive? I don't even have that much to enhance with. That's the funny part. Ooh. I could do it if I had 143. Ooh. And I did want to actually do this. I did want to do this. So I need 143 gold to get that done. So where am I going to go get a quick hit for 143,000? Without burning keys. Absolutely nowhere. I could just go to the dungeon real quick and get it for 5 quick ones. And this will be the cost of doing business, guys. All right, I'll do that. The cost of doing business. Because I wanted that on Gila anyway for the dungeon. The spider dungeon. That's what I wanted on her for. So yeah, we'll do that. I'll just have to up more cube keys later. So we'll go back. We'll switch the blades back, and then we'll do that now. Just because that's the most efficient team. Although I could use that as well, but it's fine. I'll do this very quickly. Back up. Switch. Geo. All right, so let's go to that dungeon real quick. Get this 100K real fast. Upgrade this to level 40. Leave that on Jericho. Dean, we can do the part 2 of the guide for... I'm not sure I have everything correct. Then we can do part 2 of the guide for Mannie. And then as far as Mannie's longsword, aha, I knew I did something wrong. Knew it. Equip the staff. All right, that's what's up. Bop. All right, we're good to go. Dungeon. Okay, so yeah, let's put you out here. And as I said before, that come on in, Mel. Wow. Oh, you know why? Because I went to the wrong dungeon. That's happened to me before, and that's one of those big, hey, can you guys fix that, please? And I shouldn't have even accepted it. I should have just left the dungeon. Can you guys fix that, please? Where when I come in, it automatically puts me on the lowest level dungeon instead of automatically the highest level dungeon. That's obnoxious. Oh, that's obnoxious. And then I just went and grabbed the cube without thinking twice about it. As soon as I come in, it says nightmare, and then it pops me back up. That's so obnoxious. Absolutely ridiculously obnoxious. And I'm surprised it still takes 7 seconds. Still kind of weird. Let's go. So obnoxious. Just get rid of that. So annoying. Okay. It is what it is, though. My own fault for not paying attention and trying to move too fast. Absolutely annoying. And it's hopping. This is actually though straight out of what is it called? The Discworld series. The chest that can basically bite down on people. I guess nobody out here is gonna know what the Discworld series is. Shout out Rincewind. And I hate Two Flower, the most obnoxious character in literary history. Next to that dude from the Confederacy of Dunces. God, he's such an obnoxious character. Anyway, side note on Discworld. I bet you didn't see that coming. All right, here we go. Mission. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, not that I wanted to, but since I'm a moron, I did. Okay, and then Hawk Pass. Give me more stuff. Do I have anything weekly from the Hawk Pass I need to do? The weekly's already clear. No, wait. The weekly stuff, that's weekly. Daily, I need to mine some stuff. And then the seasonal stuff. Boss challenge with 2 parties. Defeat boss challenge with 2 or more parties. Charge a wind element stone 100 times. How long do I have to complete this? 22 days. Yeah, I definitely haven't done those things. All right. Back. Let's go ahead and get this leveled up for Jericho. Oh, I can't. That's so obnoxious. Damn. Mm-hmm. And there we go. And then that will go back on Gila so I can take out those dungeons later. So that's the weapon she's going to be running with now. Is this okay? Yeah. So this is the weapon she's going to be running with now. We will have these dual blades over here on Mannie. Soon as my mouse, or as soon as yep, there we go. As soon as that wants to work. All right, so those two basically are it. And then what's going to come in is that she's running dual swords. She's going to be the enabler for Jericho to come through and cause some real damage. Helps Mannie cycle through her dual swords faster to keep frostbite stacks up. That's Dradrin. Okay, I gotta stop using that thing. Who is he? Because he is not. Oh, that dude. Huh. Well, he can get explored later. I'm gonna do all the SSR guides now, and then I guess I'll do SR at some other point. Well, I know I'm gonna do SR at some other point. What's up, man? I'm good. Right now, I am doing the guide to Mannie, and the one thing that is tremendously obnoxious, and actually I put it in the video, is the fact that outside of running the staff with Mannie, she's most optimized with Jericho. And so I just did the Jericho guide. I made the Jericho guide. I guess I'll start releasing that tonight. I just did the Jericho guide last week, Friday. I want to say, or Thursday. And it's Friday. And it's so apparent. Like if I do Mannie's guide, outside of the first part, the second part and the third part are really like, hey, run her with Jericho. And then the second part and the third part of Jericho's guide was, hey, run her with Mannie. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is. That's literally all it is. All right, anyway, so we're going to go ahead and try to do our second weapon. And I've even looked for like SRs that would be better. But there are no other, and please correct me if I'm wrong if you know MD. Are there any SRs in this game that, wow, she hopped up to 9,000. That SSR weapon makes a difference. I can't wait to get her a staff. Do you know of any SR, because I tried to look through them, any SRs that benefit from cold or have cold as an element? Because I don't. It's just these two in the game. Those are the only ones I know. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this one. And if you let me know, then I'll prop it up for you. But these are almost, yeah, I don't think so either. I've looked through all of them. There's an SR that does lightning. And I'm guessing he would run well with Drake. But Drake doesn't even run well with her. That's her brother. So it is what it is. I feel kind of like cheap by just doing that same thing. but it is what it is. All right. Daisy runs well with Drake, really. Explain. Give me the deets. Because I have them both. Why not? Daisy, I was thinking about making my next. See, I didn't want to try to make a. No, let me scratch that. I didn't want to try to make a Daisy god until I got Diane. And I was like right there at that like guaranteed SSR. And then when I got my guaranteed SSR, it was another Gila. Woo! So anyway, which is good for the spider dungeon, I guess. But what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Anywho, so Daisy buffs lightning like crazy with her light, but I thought she was Earth. That seems counterintuitive to nature. Okay, another look at that. Okay. All right, so starting to record. Coming in 3, 2. Oh, because she does have. She has 3. Wait a second. Sorry, I started recording and now, hey, I'm gonna apologize to myself when editing. So I put this shield on her and I was tempted to put an earth bead. I don't think I've done it yet. Then the grimoire and the I should probably go to the skills, right? Because I thought for sure it was just earth. Hey, do what I want. Artisan, bup. That would make it. But I think that's what people were saying about it being like. That's what makes her mid. Like that's what makes her mid is the fact that she's trying to do everything. Wait, why is that okay, it doesn't matter. So and this was the other thing too with this. Shows the element color next to the weapon. Am I bugging? Oh, I see. I was like, am I bugging for real? All right. And that one's lightning down there? I guess it has to be. Oh, yeah, it's the element color, and then it's the actual, like, if it's magic or physical or all the other stuff. Got you. So then with the grimoire, this is lightning. Because it's blue. And then with that, she does. Let's go ahead and just go over and figure some things out. Static charge sounds like lightning to me. Electromagnetic sounds like lightning to me. Shocking street lamp. You're on the point. You're on ball. You're on the ball. So then I was building it right, at least for the earth side of things. Okay, cool. Then I can do the grimoire with Drake, using his great sword, for example. Once I figure out the grimoire thing. All right, cool. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Her lightning specs give a bunch of crit rate and crit damage. See, I haven't built Drake either, but in this sense, yeah, but you have to do the masteries, don't you? Because I could just switch over for the purposes of a guide, I could just switch over the gear and the armor, like the weapons and the armor, and just run him on world level 2 and not have to worry about like building up his masteries and stuff, but just to do a guide and just to see how they work. In fact, one thing I would like do, and this isn't even, I don't think this is just crazy. I get Daisy, right? I just pulled her. Then I would take equipment and armor from others, drop my world level down to 2, and just see how it works and how well it works before I would actually invest any resources. Because then by the time I invest X amount to get the weapon that I think is good for up to level 50, I've burned a bunch of stuff and now I can't go back. So, I mean, I know you haven't built up Drake, but if you have any other characters and you want to experiment, just pull off their weapons and put them on Drake. Don't change the beats or anything. Go down to world level 2, play around with some elite bosses and some field bosses, see what the deal is, if it looks cool, and then move towards putting an investment in that character and that team. And I'm just not able to even do that yet because I want Diane in order to make it work. But when it comes to looking at Drake, sure, you could do that. Yeah, most supports, you don't have to invest most. It's a DPS. And that's the point, though. Yeah, see, we've had that discussion before, MD. The Escanor's coming on Wednesday. Which is kind of funny, too, because he's coming on Wednesday, but so then Daisy will have another week when she's done, which I don't know. I guess I like the overlap concept of where it's like, we're still going to bring up this character, even though we have one more week left on the other one. I kind of like that idea. But it also forces you to choose. You don't know if what will be normal. But yeah, there was just a conversation about Escanor just a little bit ago about whether he was coming to the game or not, and if he was. Well, I mean, that got settled pretty quickly. Oh, you mean the overlap thing. I mean, from a business perspective, I think it's not smart. I mean, because again, this unless they're introducing so many new characters to this whole series and everything else, you kind of want to give each new character or each new team, depending on the game, their like breathing space and people time to like feel like, oh no, it's going away. But if you introduce another one before the other one ends, I don't know if people shift their attention or if they feel overwhelmed or something like that. It feels like I keep wanting to say a certain phrase, but I don't want to say it because it's very, very graphic. But like you're putting out too much of your stuff at once, and then it gives time to save. True, but then also, again, this isn't like DC or Marvel. This is like one little universe of many characters, I'm sure, but not that many. So then, by giving yourself that extra week on these characters, you're giving yourself longer period of time before you have to worry about if we're running out of characters or not to put in the game or putting duplicate characters or whatever. I don't know. If it's 2 weeks, feels like they're trying to milk. Uh, that carrot's going to be there regardless, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that carrot's going to be there regardless. I don't know. Because there was, and maybe... for those, because a lot of people seem to be excited about him. I would have preferred Merlin, but honestly, I don't know the series like that anyway. I need to rewatch it really bad. If you were down for getting him anyway, oh no, I've seen the series. I've seen the series like a decade ago, so I like barely remember it. And I checked with my friend, and we were talking about it, and we both were like, "It's mid." And that's the thing where it was like I watched it once, and usually with anime series, if I like them, I'll watch them multiple times. And it was like it's okay, it's good, it's not bad, but it's not like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not like I gotta, you know. And so when I played the game, I love the game. The story in the game is amazing. So I was like, okay, I need to rewatch the series. And then I checked my homie Stevie, and I was like, Stevie, come on. What is this game on a scale of 1 to 10? And he was like, it's a 1. And I was like, what? And then he double checked. He was like, oh, no. There was a different game. There was a different thing. He was like, it wasn't a 1. It was like I think he gave it like a 5 or something. No, it's not Soul Leveling. It's not Bleach. It's not My Hero Academia. It's not, I could go down a list. I could go down a list of stuff. It's not One Punch Man, although One Punch Man should be a separate category. It's not fair to compare. That's like comedy and stuff. But it's not Juju Kaisen. It's not Kaiju number 8, which also doesn't feel like fair to compare. It doesn't feel fair to compare it to many things because it felt like it had a good first season, a mid second, and then like the third and whatever else came after the fact was like they couldn't get a budget from what I saw. And so maybe I missed some stuff. The first season I remember the first season being really, really good. And then the second season being okay. And then being tremendously disappointed in the third. And then I like some episodes or something after that. I don't know what was after that point. Because I had checked out by the time the third came out. Because the third was so like blah. So, and that's what I'm saying. That was over 10 years ago. I need to rewatch it to be sure that I'm like accurate about that. Anyway, so and plus because this I like the game so much, and I said it before, it feels like the story in this game is better than the series I remember. Granted, it's still like a little bit kitschy and all that other stuff, but like it's cute. I like it. I'm enjoying it. Maybe it's just because like, I have a daughter now. Before I had a son, maybe now I have a daughter and a son, and it makes me look at things. I don't know. Because the first thing I thought about this game was it's an RPG that my daughter's 9, and so like I think she could play it. You know what I'm saying? So that might be changing my views. Oh no, you don't have to watch the anime to follow it at all. But I want to know. Like I kind of want to revisit it because I'm feeling like maybe I was unfair, and that's why I asked the homie Stevie, and the homie Stevie was like, "No, you're not being unfair. You're not being unfair. If you're not being unfair," and I was like, "Damn, okay." I try to be, our tastes change as we get older. Maybe and maybe it didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's still mid. I don't know. The game is amazing though. So, but to be fair, MD, like there's a lot of series where you have to ignore some stuff. Like Bane and Elaine is kind of weird to me. I don't even remember that part. There's a lot of anime series where you gotta like let it ride and be like, there's some stuff in Bleach too where you're like, okay, I'm gonna just. We talked about it. Maybe you weren't here. The Bunt arc in Bleach. I liked it. Was it good? No. I can be real about it. There's movies that I like a lot, that I love a lot. That when people say, "Oh, is it a good movie?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's a terrible movie. The movie's god awful. I like it. Doesn't mean that it's good." Everybody, maybe you don't know, but this might be too American. I don't know what it is because I don't know where you at. But like cranberry sauce out of the can, that is the best cranberry sauce. Is it good? Absolutely not. Fresh made cranberry sauce is amazing. But cranberry sauce out of the can is better, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. It is not. But if you ask any American, most, what they would prefer, it's like the cranberry sauce out of the can. No, that's what we eat. That's Thanksgiving. I made fresh cranberry sauce. Get that out of my house. That no, we get the can. Everything else is fresh. Everything else is bought. That everything else is fresh. That is the thing that you buy. We know it's not good, but it's the best. I love the movie Blade, the first one. The second one was a dumpster fire. I didn't like it. The third one was worse. I have watched Blade Trinity more times than I care to admit because I love that movie. It is a trash movie. It's a terrible movie. God, it's a bad movie. I love it. Some stuff that's bad you love. It's not, you know, some people love this anime series and it's mid at best. Maybe I would be one of those people if I gave it a better chance. Not everything that you think is good is good. And you know it. And you know it. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing wrong with there's no that was one thing I learned from a stand-up comedian, Sean Jordan, where it was like, you know what? Who cares if it's a guilty pleasure? Maybe it doesn't need to be guilty. Just because you like it, you like it. And that's okay. You can like trash music, so nobody's getting hurt. You're not being like, some songs suck, but you like them. It's okay. All right, so where was I? Oh, we were about to do Mannie, and I have been recording this rant for the last like 12 minutes. Hey, that could go on YouTube, right? Stop. All right, here we go. Here we go. That would just be a funny aside to pop on YouTube about like, hey, do you like trash things? Me too. So we were working with Mannie, and this, we're gonna do the dual blades on her, and if she's doing the setup and it feels like dual blade characters are the setup characters, honestly, because I tried to run Meliodas with dual blades and do it like Jericho and Meliodas both having dual blades, and it just didn't feel good. I preferred him with the sword coming in and like wow damage. I preferred that over the dual blades. So that's out, and the lance with this one. Let me check. Let me consult my notes. burst DPS. Do I want? Yeah, I want Jericho to run with Rapier. 100% or higher increases the damage. Well, it's not gonna be that. Okay, here we go. What's up, Ayub? How you doing, bruh? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right, so we're about to get into the Mannie part 2. Running her with the dual swords. There's no other primer for this, which is kind of obnoxious. And I'm wondering, actually, you know what? Why am I completing the circle? Why not just go with those two and see what the business is? Let's just do that. All right, so we're going to start recording. For real this time, MD. For real this time. And me not ranting about, like, not going to rant about how cranberry sauce out the can is far superior to what is clearly supposed to be better fresh cranberry sauce. Nope. Out the can. Immediate. That's cool. Oh, by the way, everybody who's in there, give me your update on where you are. Why not? How's the stream going so far? Meh. Peaceful. That's one word for it. Give me your update on where your team is at so far and what your goal is. Because one of the things they did mention in the dev notes is how they're trying to make it a little the character development path and the things to get to them a little bit more streamlined, which that was the overall sentiment that I got from it, which I agree with, because I'm having to basically draw a spider web to figure out what masteries I need to do next in order to get to the next thing, in order to get to the next thing so I can beat that thing. So where are you guys at right now? While you guys do that, I'm going to go ahead and record this YouTube video coming in 3, 2. Gotta be honest. I'm starting to come to the conclusion that if your character's running dual blades, what your entire goal is to basically set them up. Use that character as a setup character for your primary damage dealer. I'm sure there's far smarter people on these interwebs that have already told you that. That's fine. That's cool. I'm figuring it out, though. I'm a slower learn. Let's get to the video. Don't judge me. All right. Coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Grab here, and this is a 7 Deadly Sins origin video. In this video, we're gonna run part 2 of Mannie with dual blades. So basically part 1 was the staff. Part 3 is gonna be her with the longsword. Part 2 is dual blades. I have switched over. What I typically run is I run dual blades on Jericho, and that's what I meant. She is the setup for the burst damage that's going to come in with Meliodas typically, and in that role you have Mannie, who's running her staff, setting up everything for them to do the most damage possible from the beginning of the battle, and then switching her in every once in a while. In this setup, what's going to happen is she is going to lay down her debuffs, the reduction in cold resistance, etc., with the dual blades, so that way Jericho comes in as a primary damage dealer. I'm still going to run a lane on that team just for protection. We're going to just have a 3-character team now. I just thought about that now. I don't know if that's a good idea. So we're going to find out if I'm stupid. So that being said, if you want to know the other stuff that I said about it, just go check out the other guides. There's going to be 3 guides for each character. So going to the basic info, itchy. Dual blades. Priestess of Frost. When an allied hero attacks an enemy with max frostbite stacks, their cold damage increases by 35%. So we're stacking up those frostbite stacks, right? So then when Jericho comes in with her rapier, she will be doing massive damage. That's the idea behind it. So she's setting him up to knock him down. Normal attack inflicts damage equal to 71% of attack. Chance to inflict frostbite for 20 seconds. You have 11%, 18, and 31. I don't even know why I still read those things. Frostbite decreases crit defense by 2% max 10 times. So that means that as I'm doing these hits, I need to get 10 of the frostbite down in order to get this passive to activate, an additional 35% damage. But while that's happening, while frostbite is going, it's inflicting damage equal to 20% of attack and then critical hits every 1 second if it's at its max. So damn. So once the frostbite gets to its max stacks, if I keep attacking with the normal attack, it's gonna give me crit hit 1 second equal to 20% of attack as a crit hit 1 second. That's good. If at the max, once it gets to that max, and if it's at that max, tag up a little bit more, pull in my primary DPS, burst damage from Jericho. There we go. And that passive kicks in. Inflicts damage equal to 73% of attack, decreases cold resistance by 15% for 40 seconds. So obviously, so far, we're running it with a special attack, tagging them up with flying blades as much as possible. Once we get those stacks up to 10, then we're pulling in Jericho. You see the vision. You see the vision. All right. So Frozen Soul Shatter. Wow, that just makes me feel cold. All right, inflicts damage equal to 113% of attack. Each hit inflicts frostbite damage, increases by 10% every 1 stack when the enemy has frostbite. Frostbite decreases, so it's giving you the same thing. It's stacking a lot of frostbite. It's doing that a lot. It feels as though she's weakening the character a ton, like a lot. And here's the thing. Now it's kind of making a little bit more sense to me. One of the things I said that kind of felt weird was that Mannie and Jericho go together so well and so much in this game that, I mean, I'm sure it was intentional, but it feels like it was over intentional, if that makes sense. Like they were really, really trying to get these characters to like run together for whatever reason, because there are no other, to my knowledge, help me out if I'm crazy, no other characters that deliver cold damage in the cold damage. So you have Jericho who does that. You have Mannie who does that. So they just kind of go together. So when you see my Jericho guide, you will very much see Mannie being a large part of it, priming Jericho to get things done. All right, so then tag skill, inflicts damage equal to 61% of attack. The ultimate move, inflicts damage equal to 225% of attack. Each hit inflicts frostbite on the enemy for 20 seconds, then increases cold attack of allies by 15% for 40 seconds. So not only is it inflicting that frostbite that can stack up and give us more damage, it's also giving us more damage for the allies. So once I hit the ultimate, I can stack up with the normal attack. Let's get these frostbites out here. Special attack, sorry. The special attack, let's get these frostbites out here. Then the normal attack, let's keep them frostbites up. Let's drop this ultimate. And then as soon as I'm done with the ultimate, let's pull in Jericho to like wipe things out. So that is her kit. I am going to build this 2-man team very, very quickly. And then 2 or 3 woman team, let me put it that way. Let's go ahead and pull. I need that for so what we're going to do is we're just going to remove this man. Bet you're removed. And so we run like this. Elaine is still going to be there to provide us with protection. You know what would help Jericho hit if she actually had a weapon in her hands. That's kind of important for fights. With swords, is to have a sword in your hand. Anyway, and I hope this is strong enough to do. Well, the power level is deceiving because I'm not having another character. They all can run in World 4, or they all been running in World Level 4 regardless. So let's go find another enemy. Let's go talk to Big Moss. Big Moss the boss. Love him. Like I said before, I don't know if I've only said this on stream. Big Moss needs to be a rapper's name immediately, please. Can we get Big Moss the boss? I know it's robbing from Rick Ross, but that's okay. He doesn't mind. He is totally okay. He makes a lot of money. Everybody knows who he is. Can we get a Big Moss the boss, please? All right, here we go. We're gonna run up in here. Elaine's gonna give us the shield. What was that? Okay, Elaine's gonna give us the shield just to protect us a little bit, and then we're going to use Mannie to stack all those debuffs for a lot of bits. And then we're going to come in with Jericho to lay waste. So let's go ahead and get this up. Let's go ahead and get you out here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Big Moss the boss. I got to run away. We are poorly equipped. We are poorly equipped. I'm still using the staff. What is wrong with me? Let's get back away. Away, 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 away. Away, away, away. I think I said this before in another video. Just finished watching The Lion King with my daughter. That is stuck in my head right now. All right, so we're going to go over here to Mannie. You guys noticed it, didn't you? And then said, like, oh, he going to figure it out in a minute. He also mean. Here we go. Here we go. So we're going to go ahead, pull it on in. And as I said that, as soon as I said that, Ayub was like, wrong weapon, I guess. Yeah. What was the first clue? Me being like, no, 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 no. Oh, just teasing. Just teasing. All right, so here we go. We put up the shield. Now we run in with Mannie. You better have these blades up. Oh, run. Hey, what are you doing? Come over here. Come over here. So we're trying to stack this roll. Now, I will say one disadvantage I have is being old and blind. Oh, there's 10 stacks. So then we go ahead. We drop. That looks cool. And then we bring in Jericho to do this damage for real. This is awesome. Got it. Okay. So tons of damage while all that stuff is stacked up. She is doing her ice attacks. I'm trying to see how long we can keep that up. Let's slide to the side a little bit. We're going to go ahead and pull in Elaine. Do that. Do that. Keep us nice and healthy. Come on back. And he's just laying down. Bro is napping. My bad, guy. My bad, guy. I know this is a lot of stress. I know it's a lot of stress for you. I'm liking the amount of attack that I'm doing here, especially seeing as how this is world level 4. It seems to be going very well. Run out, run out, run out, run out. Cool. So we still have those 10 stacks from what it looks like. So is it just me, or does that last for quite a bit of time? I'm still going to pull Mannie back in to like kind of refresh the... Oh, they just fell off. As soon as I said that, they fell off. All right, that's fine. So she's stacking it up very quickly. Here's the other part of it too that I'm noticing with the buff stacking up right below that little burst gauge in case you're looking for it, because it took me a minute to find it. They stack up really fast. I was worried about the amount of time and the fact that it said you have a chance for this to happen, a chance for that to happen. I was worried that it was going to fall off relatively quickly, especially with the 15, 10, 20 second time frames on them. But it appears I did not need to worry about that at all. Sit down. I'm not going to pick that up because I'm trying to save keys for the Corrupted Ancient Dragon. So that seemed to go really, really well. I like that a lot. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like, subscribe and dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'm going to try to find another boss to go at after I do a quick heal at a warp. Let's see. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. So let's go to another one. I think we already did the bird. So, and now these bosses are a little bit more difficult. I don't like this dude. You're obnoxious. Or I could go at this dude. Someone else who's obnoxious. Let's see, since you live on the beach, and I want to live on the beach and I'm not living on the beach, I'm going to exercise some hate on you right now because you live in a place that has cove in it. And I don't like that. I want to be on a beach right now and I'm not gonna. Damn it. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and get to the healing statue. Where are you at? And we're going to try to run this at, what's his name? Pirate something or another. I don't know. All right, we're going to run this at him really quickly. After we get healed up. Hey, aren't you supposed to be healing? This heal is happening very slow. As in not at all. Why are we not healing at the healing statue? Hey, man. Hey, dog. Why are we not healing at the healing statue? Anybody? Anybody? We're not going to heal at the healing statue? That's just not what happens for us here? What? If I run away and come back? I'm going to guess that this is a bug. So we're going to go to, wow, we're not healing at the healing statue. No, I'm not farming for him yet. One sec. We got to go find a healing statue because apparently we're not healing at the healing statue. It's either that, and then someone saying like might have to log back in again or whatever. We ain't doing that. What's gonna happen is either we heal at the healing statue, or oh, now we're fully healed. So it must have just been a graphics thing. We're fully healed, and it's just the graphics didn't show it. That's fine. That's different. But now we got to go all the way back. So much travel. Here's the one thing that I can't wait for in the real world is when we can actually like teleport wherever we want to go. Because at the end of the night, when you're leaving a dinner and you're like, I just want to be home in my bed right now. I just want to be home in my bed. That's it. It's not even anything crazy. You didn't do anything crazy. None of that stuff. It's just like, man, it would be nice to not have to take a train or drive or whatever home, and I could just be in my home immediately, instantly. That's what I need in my life. Figure out that tech. I won't be the first to use the technology though, because I'm not. I'm sure there's going to be mistakes, and I'm not trying to have my forearm coming out of my forehead. But after they figure out that it's all safe and whatnot, I will be down. All right, so where the pirate at? Where the pirate at? Where the pirate at? Not you guys. Not you guys. I'm looking for the pirate. He's over there. Okay. No, why you got? Oh, real tough. A bunch of big muscular dudes beating up on a girl. I'm gonna come back for y'all later. I'm gonna come back for y'all later. All these big old muscular dudes trying to beat up a little girl. Get away from me. Y'all suck. I'm coming at your captain. He's finna catch these hands. And there he is. Yeah. All right, so let's freeze him up. Oh, I love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. All right, so prime him up. Get him ready to get these stacks on him so that we can then come in and do some real damage. So dodge, dodge. And all of you guys who just want some attention and camera time, my YouTube channel is not that big. Don't worry about the camera time. Not too many people are watching. All right, so there you go. And then we pop in Jericho, and Jericho lays waste to everybody. This is fun. I like this a lot. She is dealing right now. Let's go. Let's go. You don't want these problems. You do not want these problems. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Get off me. Get off me. The stacks are still up. Now we come back in with Jericho. And Jericho is doing us a good amount of damage with only an SR rapier at level 40, which makes me wonder what she would be doing in this team if it was an SSR level 50 rapier. So we are happy with that. I'm leaving the frostbite stacks up, but I think, oh, nope, they just fell off. So let's switch Mannie back in, get these things back up. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? Oh, there. Did you get knocked through a wall, bro? Did you knock yourself through a wall? That's smart. Let's go and use this ultimate. Bang, bang, bang. And we got the frostbite stacks back up. We come back in with you. More damage, more damage. Oh, let's go ahead and get this up real quick. Then I've been a little bit over aggressive. Have not really paid attention to like dodging his attacks. I've been a little bit extra. Talking my trash, not paying attention. Let me focus up on dodging these attacks too. Because yes, he can do stuff. Of course. We're gonna I almost hit the ultimate while he was out of range. That was gonna be obnoxious. Then we hit this, we hit this. I mean, Mannie's doing her fair share of damage here too, I have to admit. This is not her primary role, obviously, but she isn't a slouch with this. Man, but Jericho comes in and is ready to handle it. Jericho's coming. Oh, and that was nice. Nice tag. Let's go. Thank you guys for watching. Again, please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it or subscribe and a dislike, I'm okay with that as well. Come on, Mannie, handle business. Handle business. I'll see you guys next time. And then you guys show up. And now you show up. Y'all were too late for y'all captain. Deuces. See you guys next time. All right. Now, can we warp out of here? Or are they still following? Oh, there's a chest. We're going to snag this chest real quick. Haha, I'm stealing a pirate chest from pirates. All right, there we go. And then we can warp all the way back over here. That's actually a pretty fun team. There we go. Me neither, but first of all, let's Hope we get him before the 120 guaranteed pull. Yeah, and I knock on wood. I've done that for each of them. I got Daisy before the 120, and I got Meliodas before the 120, and I was still pulling on Daisy actually up until last night, I want to say. And so now I may just sit back and chill. Like I have some credits, but they're giving us 3 weeks to do 120 pulls. I'm not going to freak out. Like I need him immediately. I'm not that guy for him. So I'm good with just chilling. Like I'll get him, but I'm not gonna lose my mind over it if I don't, or if it's gonna take me a week or two. All right, so let's go ahead and get back up here and heal and see if the graphics for the healing actually shows up. We'll do one more guide, and then I'm gonna call it a stream. The final guide for Mannie. And I keep forgetting how fun it is to run Mannie and Jericho together with their cold like rapport. So next, let's go to the notes. I don't have King, and then I haven't developed Draydrin. Draydrin, sure. So then, and then the other thing is that you run can lower resistance, so Mannie's longsword hits even harder. You know what I might do now? We're about to mix up everything. Okay, so here we go. We are going to have this 3-woman army have some changes. We're gonna put the staff on Elaine. Let's just go to hero details and do that quick. I'm gonna have to read her staff information real fast though, just to be on the safe side. But she's gonna take the staff from Mannie. Switch. Cool. Then we're gonna do on Mannie, we're gonna do the great sword from Melly. And then on her, she's supposed to have the lance, which doesn't require any switching for us. Just equip that. Nope. Back up. Back. And that's only level 30, but that's fine. All right, so then for Elaine, when she has the staff, go up to basic info. Right there. Increases heroes' all elemental burst efficiency by 20%, restores 2 magic points when activating the burst. Light wave increases all elemental burst efficiency on allies in range by 30%. So I want to run in and do that. Well, this is a passive. Run in and do this. Then inflicts damage equal to 33% of enemies. That doesn't matter. The tag is cool. And then the ultimate decreases nearby ally damage taken by 15%. Enemies all elemental resistance is by 25%. So decreases us by 15, decreases the damage that we take by 15%, and then decreases their resistance by 25% for her forest blessing. So really what we want to do is run in and do this. Really what we want to do is come in and do Elaine, light wave. We'll do that. And then what, light speed. And yeah, then we'll just talk about this. Saint's aid, and then forest blessing, right? Cool. And then that does not really, I mean, yeah, that doesn't really matter. Okay. So she's running staff. Is that equipped? Yep. She's running longsword. Now equipped. And then Jericho is running lance. Okay, cool. So then let's do part 3. Bet. Oh, let's move you over though. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. All right. So Coming in 3, 2. What you may notice is that the staff on Mannie is missing. That is, well, twofold. One, we have put her using the longsword. In this comp, she's going to be the main damage dealer. You've seen it over on the Jericho guide. You might have noticed it there. But I've also moved the staff over to Elaine because Elaine will now help us with our damage and decreasing the damage that we'll receive while increasing decreasing the resistance that our enemies have. And then the next part of that is, of course, going to be Jericho helping us increase our damage with her barrier. But we will get into those details as soon as we get to the video. Let's do it. All right, so coming back in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a 7 Deadly Sins origin video. I almost said Deadly Sins 7. It's dead up. I don't even know where that came from. Bruh, I might be tired. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go into the longsword, the part 3 of the guides for Mannie. If you want the first 2, the first one is on the staff, which is currently not on her. She's loaning it out to a homie. The second was on the dual blades, who she has taken from a homie. He let him, she took him from Jericho. It is what it is. But now we're doing the longsword, which she also borrowed from Meliodas. I have a different longsword. I have different dual blades that I run with her when I'm doing my primary team. But we're doing this for the guide, right? Now, in any case, when she has these swords, she is running as the primary damage dealer in this setup. I did show this setup previously in a video, but the 2 parts of the setup, which were basically, it's in the Jericho video, using the lance to help boost the damage for Mannie once she has that ice barrier up and around. What I did not include in that video was how Elaine, while using the staff, can help boost their damage as well. So we're gonna try to get into all of that now, and I'll even show you the pieces of Elaine kit that shows that, and I'll show you the pieces of Jericho's kit that does that as well, which I didn't do in part 2. So, but you can go to the Jericho one. It's okay. These are all mix and match. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Try out different things. It's fun. Trust me. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into her kit. Straight down. So, Priestess of the Sword. Attacking an enemy with Cold Burst activated increases crit chance by 18% and crit damage by 15%. Here's the thing, and I just realized something else. I'm running her with Jericho with the lance, doing that. Funnily enough, attacking the enemy with the Cold Burst, I could also run Jericho with the dual swords and hit that burst gauge 1 billion times like I do with Meliodas, and then have her come through with the longsword and do a bunch of main DPS damage. Hopefully, I might even look into doing that in this video. In fact, I might do that in this video for real. All right, anyway. Sword dance inflicts damage equal to 126%. First hit 15, second hit 18, third hit 35, fourth hit 58. Next, Frost Blade Whirl inflicts damage equal to 158% of attack. You notice there's not a lot of mincing of words here. Oh, there's the mincing of the words. I was like, they're just talking about damage. Okay, here we go. Inflicts damage to 120% of attack. That gains Frost for 20 seconds on Frost release. Frost adds Sword Blast to normal attacks, inflicting damage equal to 45% of attack. Landing normal attacks 15 times allows the use of Frost Strike. Frost Strike becomes immune to reactions while casting. Inflicts damage equal to 350% of attack to enemies. Wow. Yo. Becomes immune to okay, so Frost Strike happens, landing normal attacks 15 times. All right, cool. All right, Frost Blade, that's when she tags in, inflicts damage equal to 104% of attack. And then Priestess Barrier creates an area of this. Doesn't she do this on the staff too? Okay, creates an area for 10 seconds where the hero's cold damage increases by 40% and enemies take damage equal to 33% of their attack. No, this wasn't it. in terms of like what I was thinking. This is the barrier that I used to put Jericho in when we were doing extra damage while she had the longsword, right? Going back and forth, back and forth. Now we'll come back out and we will go to Jericho, where she will have the lance prepped and ready to go. Let's go back over. The lance prepped and ready to go. And let's see. Ice Field. Nope. That's where it freezes everybody. So let me find. Additionally, increases all allied heroes cold damage by 20% for 40 seconds if the hero already has a barrier. So the first strike grants all allied heroes barrier equal to 20% of their max HP for 20 seconds. So once that barrier goes up, we're increasing cold damage by 20%, which is why you want to pull in Mannie in this moment. Next, you have Elaine. Now, Elaine on her kit, when she's running with the staff, her passive increases hero all elemental bursts efficiency by 20%. This is screaming that I need to run Jericho with dual blades. That's so going to happen in this video. Restores 2 magic points when activating a burst. Next, what was the next one? Light Wave. Light Wave increases all elemental burst efficiency of allies in range by 30% for 10 seconds. Increase all elemental bursts. She's actually pretty good with everybody, but I mean, you know, you see my point. All right, next. Saints. Saints A, we already went through, and then Forest Blessing. There we go. Decreases nearby allies damage taken by 15%, and enemies all elemental burst resistance by 25%. This keeps screaming that I need to have Jericho and dual blades. We are so doing that. We are so doing that. But those are the kits and how I would use them to function with Mannie. I would go in first with Elaine. Then I'm using Jericho, hitting up with Jericho till we get the ice barrier. Maybe switching Elaine back in so we could pull out her ultimate. And then going in with Mannie as a primary damage dealer. Now, I'm going to go to the team real quick and make sure the staff is equipped, ready to go. Then we have the longsword, and Jericho's working the lance, and then that is going to get switched to dual blades real fast. Okay, so let's go find a boss to go torment. Let's see. We've already done the bear, right? I don't know if we've done the bear. We're doing the easier bosses to see how this works, just to be clear. And I am leaving that 4th slot open because this is like the core of it. Whoever comes in after the fact, I'm not too concerned with in terms of who you put in. So, stop it. I swear I know how to use a joystick. All right, here we go. Phrasing. All right. Get out of there. Now, I already have the bear. Yep, we're tracking him. We are tracking him. Now, before I even start the track, we're going to pull Elaine in first. And then go. So bet, dismount. We'll run both of her abilities now. Why not? Then we'll pull in Jericho. Oh, we meant to pull in Jericho. There we go. Do this, and then there's that ice barrier. Bet. I actually want to pull in Elaine again and do this to reduce that, to reduce the resistance to that burst, and then go back in with Mannie and see how much damage we can get done here. Oh, there seems to be a good thing happening here. Now, I will say I am a little, like the ice gauge is climbing a lot. It got up there really, really quickly. And without me actually noticing what was going on, if I'm being real, because I was more focused on doing the proper like order of getting them in and out, and I did make a mistake in the beginning. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna run this one more time. Then we're coming back in there. Actually, I want to have this reduce the elemental resistance. Then I want to have Mannie come in, hit him up. We seem to be doing some serious damage. We seem to be doing some really serious damage. I'm going to switch in Jericho for a bit. And I would like to run her ultimate now. Nice. They have barriers up for whatever reason. Who said that they were allowed to do that? I did not say that was okay. Let's run this again. This actually is a pretty good showcase for Elaine having the potential to, like, while Elaine is lowering all of their burst resistance and they're boosting the efficiency of the burst gauge that the team can actually perform. I know that was horrible English what I just said, but I said it. You know what I meant. You knew what I was trying to say. Let's go ahead and run her ultimate. And then this is where increased damage happens because it puts a field all around and you are just able to lay waste, increase crit and increase crit damage. This was the thing I figured out with the rapier with Jericho previously. So he's laying down. Now with this, having this like with this happening, Jericho was more support there. She's putting up the barrier. When the barrier's up, you're doing more damage while you're being protected. Now I'm leaning towards, and this is what we're, like I was saying before, let me get out of here before they start shooting arrows at me again, you jerks. We'll go over here for now. So now what I want to do is I'm going to switch those dual blades that are currently on Mannie that belong to Jericho anyway. I want to put them on Jericho. The idea now is Jericho, instead of being support, giving us that barrier and everything else, she becomes a sub DPS. And she's going to help us stack that. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. She's going to help us stack the burst gauge with the reduced resistance that Elaine provides and that increased efficiency that Elaine provides. That should be pretty cool. Let's see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Let's switch these up. Come on now, Mannie. Let them go. Let them go. They're not yours anymore. All right. We'll come back. And we're going to go at the giant bird. Not using any of the cube keys because I have a corrupted ancient dragon that I need to go handle. And get the... I'm very bad at driving cats. And get the rewards from there. I am terrible at driving cats. And every time I do this, she ends up on... If you saw part 1, when I went at this giant, same exact thing happened. So obnoxious. So obnoxious. Maybe put Meliodas as the first just so you can move around the environment a little bit easier. Okay, so shh. We're sneaking up on it. This was one of the pluses of that. Like, it's really necessary, but still. And thankfully, I noticed we may actually need to heal, but I don't want to use my potions. So because of that, look, and then here's the thing. I know you guys like, just use your potion. Sure. The problem is like before I started doing this, I was running around all of, I guess, Britannia is how we're going to do it. Getting potions up so I could go at the corrupted ancient dragon. I'm sorry. We are going to this statue that does not seem to like me very much. We're going to go to this statue. But really, like for real, like I had to. I'm sorry. I am sorry. But that dragon is horrifying. I want to get the gluttonous sword, long sword before, like today or tomorrow. I need those potions, man. I need them right now. When you get there, you'll understand. When you get there, come back to this video and leave a comment and be like, I feel your pain, man. I did not know. No one told me. I told you. It's horrible. It's horrible. Although probably the coolest dragon I've seen in a very long time. I don't even want to jump with the cat anymore because I already know that we're going to end up on that wall. Can we slowly maneuver? I'm such a bad cat driver. All right, here we go. Oh, did you see me? You are not a very aware bird. I mean, bet. Let's go. So now we do this and this. And then we switch in Jericho and we stack the burst gauge. That's what's up. That burst gauge is stacking really fast. Like really fast. Let's put a lane back in there if that's at all possible to get this going back again. It's stacking really fast. It's stacking really fast. All right, now we're going to put Mannie in, I guess. Oh, wow. That is fun. That is fun. That's nice. Good thing I did heal up though. Good thing I did heal up though. Let's go ahead and drop this on your dome. All right, and now we do increase attacks, increase attacks, increase attacks, increase attacks. We love that. We love that. Stay on that ice. Slip and slide, slip and slide. You non-flying bird. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We plop back in with the lane. That is a lot of fun. That was a bunch of damage that happened there. For it not to be like Meliodas coming in and like one-shotting everybody. That was, look at how fast it stacks up. Elaine with the staff is a beast. I know this is not supposed to be about that, but still, it is. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Dog, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I got to play with that team more. Thank you guys for watching. Again, please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I am okay with that as well. That was tremendously enjoyable. I'm going to run away from here, though, before that bird regens and decides to peck my eyes out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Well, that was fun. That was enjoyable. That burst gauge stacked so fast. It makes me feel like Elaine has been the support. It makes me feel like I've been running the wrong support. I've been running her the wrong way the entire time. That was great. All right, guys. Ooh, she falls. Around a bunch of crabs or what? So, guys, I'm going to dip out. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go spend time with my daughter. We're going to warp over to this thing real fast, and then I will leave you guys to it. So, warp in combat. Who am I in combat with? A crab. If you don't, that's not called combat. That's called that's shopping for lunch. So we're going to go ahead and teleport there. Just because it does happen, and maybe it's happened to you guys before, where you teleport into something, like you turn on the game, and the next thing you know, you're just being hit in the side of the head by something that's like already there. So let's go ahead and do that. We getting there? Okay, cool. So thank you guys. I appreciate you joining me even later in the day. But yeah, what I can say, I made banana pancakes with my daughter. We had brunch. What do you want from me? Thank you guys for watching. I truly, truly appreciate it. Y'all have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a good night wherever.